Are we recording? Yes, we are. Sick. Alright, well. Welcome back, ladies. Something smells like it's burning. That's probably not. I don't think it's me. It's those bikes in front. Anyway, welcome back, ladies and gents, to another little moto vlog. You may be able to notice that you may be able to notice that I've actually got my audio sorted out, if I can speak English properly, and I'm not lying this time. Like, it's actually sorted. Basically, the problem was, right, I had Standard Mic Plus running on the GoPro, which is one of the audio settings, and it basically boosts the volume, and that was just making it like horrendously shit. But anyway, a little bit of a change of scenery. God, that is beautiful, man. We're in the New Forest today, and I was just going to come out and do a normal moto vlog, right, like a normal fuck around, just go for a ride. But today I want to talk to you about, well, I want to explain to you about something which, when I was starting to ride, I had no idea how it worked, and that is the UK motorcycle laws, or the licenses, right? So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to basically go by like age. So I'm going to say, alright, if you're this age, this is what you can ride. So hear me out. Right, so if you're 16 and you're looking to get into riding, you can ride, sir, a 50cc moped, right? And you might be thinking, oh well, I don't want to ride like a little ning 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 moped. That's fine. The classification of a moped is just anything that's 50cc. So you could ride a 50cc scooter if you wanted to. You could ride a geared 50, you could ride a supermoto, you could ride like I had with my Mash. You can ride anything that's 50cc, and I think that's one of the most common misconceptions when you're 16, is that you can only ride like a scooter. You can't, you can ride whatever you like, mate. To do that, you have to have two things. So you have to have your provisional license, which you can get when you're, I think it's like 15 and a half, or it might be, I don't know, it might be, I think it's 15 and 9 months it might be, I'm not sure. But then you have to do your CBT, which is like a day's course, and it's basically, yeah, it's not really a test, it's just making sure that you're not going to go out onto the road and immediately kill yourself. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, that's what you can ride when you're 16. You do your CBT, you get your provisional license, and then you're all good once you have insurance to go out on the road on anything that's 50cc, right? Which I would highly recommend getting a bike when you're 16, but get a geared bike, because that will teach you so much. So then, if you're 17 like myself, you can, with that CBT that lasts for 2 years, I forgot to mention that, but yeah, the CBT lasts for 2 years and then you have to retake it, so it's not like a permanent thing, it's like a certificate that you just, you do once, then you retake every 2 years. So when you're 17, obviously if you've done your CBT when you're 16, when you turn 17, you will still have 1 year left on your CBT, so you can jump straight up to a 125 without having to do anything apart from obviously insure it and make sure it's all, legal and everything. But yeah, that's what you have to do, is just, you can move up straight away when you're 17. And obviously when you turn 17, you can do your CBT and then have it last for 2 years, if you don't do it when you're 16. Now, there is also another license to take, or that you can take when you're 17, right? So if you're 17 and you've done your CBT, with a CBT you have to have L plates, and you cannot take a pillion passenger, so you can't take one of your mates on the back, or your girlfriend, or whoever it might be, your grandma. Which I guess kind of makes sense, because if you're doing a day's course, fuck me, that was windy. If you're doing a day's course, then you probably don't want to be doing a load of pillion riding. But what you can do when you're 17 is you can take what's called an A1 license. Now this is made up of 4 parts essentially. So you have to have a CBT, which you will probably have already when you're 17, and then you have to do your motorcycle theory test, which you don't have to do a theory test when you're in a CBT, and then you also have to do what's called a module 1 and a module 2 test. A mod 1 test, for short, it is basically a slow maneuvers and like slaloms and high-speed swerves. It's basically a maneuvers test that you do in a training ground off the road, and that's the module 1, and that takes about 15 minutes. Module 2 is basically a road ride, and it's basically making sure that you know how to ride a bike on the road, and that you're safe and that you're properly equipped. And it's probably, you know, it's a lot more, I would say, probably what's the word, it's a lot more sort of thorough than the CBT test, because the CBT you go on the road and it's sort of like, well, if you don't kill anyone, you go for it, mate. Whereas a mod 2, I imagine, I haven't done it, so obviously I don't know, but I imagine it's a little bit more thorough, and it's a little bit more, you know, it is a pass or fail test basically. It's like doing your car license but just on your bike. Yeah, you may be wondering, well, what can you do when you have your A1 license acquired, Joe? And what you can do is that allows you to take your L plates off when you're 17, and you can take a pillion on the back, but you cannot ride a bigger bike than a 125cc, which is why a lot of people, because the mod 1 and the mod 2 training is quite expensive, a lot of people will just stay on a CB2 on a 125, because let's be honest, you're not going to really want to take a pillion on such a small cc bike, because, you know, the weight is going to bog you down a lot. And I don't mind having L plates on. You get a little bit more leeway as well, so people are a little more forgiving when you have L plates on. Yeah, what a lot of people do is wait until they are 19 years old. I know it's complicated, but bear with me. So when you're 19 years old, you have to do the exact same test. Oh yeah, by the way, the A1 license lasts forever, so as long as you do it, you don't have to retake it. It doesn't last 2 years. You can just stay on a 125 until you turn 19. Now when you're 19 years old, you can do what's called an A2 license, and that is the exact same test as the A1 license. So your theory, your mod 1 and your mod 2. What a clever place to walk in the middle of a live carriageway. Surely you just go through a footpath or something if you're walking in beauty. So yeah, when you do your A2, that allows you to ride a bigger bike up to, I believe, 30, it's something like 35 kilowatts, which is about 47 brake horsepower. So obviously it's not done by CC, but it's about, it varies. So you could get like a 500cc Honda, or it's like a 300cc Ninja, or like a 390 Duke. So that kind of range of bikes, right? It's starting to come out sunny. Yes, boys. Anyway, so yeah, you do the exact same test as your A1, and you can ride a bigger bike. And obviously you don't have to have L plates. It's a forever lasting license, and you can ride with a pillion on the back. Now, if you've had your A2 for 2 years, so you do it when you're 19, or you do it when you're 20 and you'll be 22, or you do it when you're 19 and you'll be 21. Oh, hello. Bit of a car meet going on. There's a grandma in that car. They're not interested in me. Do you know how dissatisfying that is? To go past a car meet and nobody let go 125 because he's got an L plate on. Anyway, back to the story. Yeah, so if you're on an A2 license and you've had it for 2 years, so let's say you do it when you're 19, which is the earliest you can do it, and you turn 21, you can do your full unrestricted A license, which, guess what, it's a bit of deja vu, but it's the exact same test as your A1 and your A2. So obviously your theory and your mod 1 and mod 2 tests, and that allows you to ride anything you want. But you may be asking, if I haven't had my A2 for 2 years, or I haven't done it, and I'm 21, can I take my test? And the answer to that, unfortunately, is no, you can't. If you haven't had your A2 for 2 years, you have to do something called yeah, we'll keep going. You have to do something called direct access, which is or DAS for short, which is your full A license, but you can take that at 24. So if you're 24 and you're thinking about getting a bike, I would just do your DAS license, because it's your full bike license, anything you want, no L plates, pillion, it lasts forever, and there's no point doing your A2 if you're 24, I would say, because it's the exact same. It's the exact same tests as your A2. So I would, if you're 24, just do your A license, But then maybe, you know, you don't have to get a lethal bike, do your A license and then maybe get like a 400cc or something. I don't know, it's up to you obviously. But that is the license explained. I know it's a bit of a long video, and I know that I've not got quite a load of fancy graphics up and stuff, because I can't be fucked to edit, let's be honest. I've got 94 subscribers. I'm not exactly all terrific, but anyway, that's it pretty much for the video. Obviously if you don't understand anything, just put it in the comments, because there's a lot of waffling there. But yeah, more motor vlogs coming soon. I'm so glad I finally sorted my audio out. I hope you are too. So yeah, if you've watched this and it's made any sense, or you comment and I'll reply, because I will do, trust me, and it makes any sense, then please do subscribe, like the video. Have a beautiful day. Hope everyone's staying safe in these weird sort of strange times. And yeah, enjoy it. Be safe. I love you. Say it back, and I'll see you in the next one, gents. Have a good one. That's it. That is a long outro. That's me waffling a lot. Right, I'm going now. Have a good one. See you later, sunshine.